Tonight's live coverage of Section 5 soccer is brought to you by Reynoldson's Market, a family tradition since 1946. Mitchell Joseph Insurance, with offices in Honeyway Falls, Naples, and Rushville. Bob's Alignment and Collision, the name you can trust in providing affordable auto repair services. And the family of Howard M. Fleischman. And now, let's go live to the Cohocton Athletic Complex in Cohocton, New York, to Brian McQuillan and Brendan Harrington.
And a good evening to you from the Aussie Trip Athletic Complex in Cohocton, New York, where tonight we're very proud to present this Section 5 Class C2 quarterfinal game between the number 8 seed Red Creek and top-seeded Naples. Good evening, everyone. I'm Brendan Harrington, along with former Cal Mum boys soccer coach Brian McQuillan, and we're so excited to bring this webcast to you here tonight live from Cohocton, as you saw in our open, dedicated in the honor of former Naples coach Gary Shank. And what a game we have for you here, Brian. Two storied programs in Naples and Red Creek. When you compute the numbers, it's pretty impressive.
Yes, it is, Brendan. When you look at small school Section 5 soccer, you don't see many numbers like this. Red Creek, 23 Section 5 championships, 6 state titles, including 2007, 2008, 2009. Naples, 11 Section 5 titles, 2 state championships. And when you look at it, many of those titles came under 2 legendary coaches, Red Creek's Don Hartley and Naples' Gary Shank.
Yeah, Don Hartley and Gary Shank, 1 and 2 all-time in Section 5 boys soccer in terms of combined victories, and over 1,100 all total. And it's interesting, when it's all said and done, they were separated by just 12 victories, 569 from Don Hartley and 557 from head coach Gary Shank. Now, 2 guys with pretty tough assignments. That's following in the footsteps of legends. Tom Emmert in his 3rd season from Red Creek, Ryan Beatrice in his 1st season from Naples, but both of those guys have been around the program for an awfully long time.
Right, and when you look at these 2 programs this year, obviously Naples, great season. They get the number 1 seed, have 13 wins this year. And you look at Red Creek, finishes 9-7-1 in a tough Wayne County league. Certainly, this is going to be a great game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you can throw the seeds and the records out, really, because as you see a look at the conditions tonight, it's going to be wet, it's going to be windy. Even though you're looking at a 1 versus an 8 here, Brian, and a Red Creek team that's 9-7-1, and compared to Naples in a 13-2-1 record. I mean, you look at common opponents. There are 3 teams that both of these teams have played, and you look at those scores, and it tells us a little bit about this matchup.
Yeah, that's right. Both Naples and Red Creek this year had 3 common opponents: East Rochester, Minders, and South Seneca and Romulus. Minders beat both Red Creek and Naples pretty handily, 5-0 and 3-0 scores. And Naples, Red Creek both handled South Seneca Romulus. And the common opponent of East Rochester, you had Red Creek winning 1-0 and 2-0 in their league, and Naples beat East Rochester 2-1 early in the season at in Honeyway.
No, officially this will be a neutral field. This is, for the most part, a home game for Naples for a long time, until the opening of the Naples Community Park. Naples played all its home games here at Cohocton, and so certainly a home away from home for Naples. Also, when you look at experience, certainly advantage goes to the Big Green in that department as well.
You do. You look tonight, Red Creek is going to be starting 2 freshmen and an 8th grader. And certainly, it'll be interesting to see a sectional quarterfinal. There'll be some pressure out there on the athletes, and it'll be interesting to see how they respond. Certainly a little bit more senior-laden, junior-laden with the Naples team.
Thanks so much to our sponsors tonight for making this possible. Mitchell Joseph Insurance Agency, Bob's Alignment, Reynoldson's Market, all in Naples, and then a generous donation, Howard Fleischman and family, in memory of Howard M. Fleischman. And again, just so happy we could get this together for you in the last couple weeks. Jim Sinacropi, our producer and director here at Finger Lakes One, and maybe the most valuable player tonight is going to be Jeremy Hunt, who's on camera, who's up on top of the press box tonight. As things were dry all afternoon, about a half hour ago, very fine rain began falling here at the Aussie Trip Athletic Complex here in Cohocton, and so certainly going to play a role in tonight's game, as the conditions will be wet, will be slick, and a pretty stiff breeze blowing. Started off across the field, but also going to be from right to left as you look from the press box here, and so that will play a part in this game as well. We're about 10 minutes away or so from kickoff between Naples and Red Creek in this quarterfinal game. The winner will advance to play the winner of the 4-5 game. Two pretty good programs there as well, Wheatland, Chili, and Marion. So things not going to get any easier for whoever wins this game, Brian.
No, you're certainly right, Brendan. You look at that Marion and Wheatland matchup, and again, it's going to be a tough semifinal matchup. And
Class C's loaded.
It is. It is.
By the way, a little bit of a change this year from Section 5. Instead of going with C and double C for the two different brackets, they're going to call the bigger Class C C1. That used to be double C, and now what is just single C is called C2. So this is Class C2 quarterfinal game. The number 8 seed, Red Creek, the number 1 seed, Naples. We're going to take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll get you the starting lineups. So stay with us. Section 5 soccer on fingerlinks1.tv.
Tonight's live coverage of Section 5 soccer is brought to you by Reynoldson's Market, a family tradition since 1946. Mitchell Joseph Insurance, with offices in Honeyway Falls, Naples, and Rushville. Bob's Alignment and Collision, the name you can trust in providing affordable auto repair services. And the family of Howard M. Fleischman.
Jackie, and I think fingerlinks1.com is a great website. You can find all the videos and you can find the podcast. So have a great time.
So many sights to see on the internet, but for everything local, there's one place you can get it. At fingerlinks1.com. Come on over to fingerlinks1.com. Make us your homepage. News, weather, sports, and fun. Log on to fingerlinks1. www.fingerlinks1.com. Come on and join the fun. Log on to fingerlinks1.
www.fingerlinks1.com.
Brendan Harrington, Brian McQuillan back with you from the Aussie Trip Athletic Complex here in Cohocton, the recently named Aussie Trip Athletic Complex. He basically, Brian, responsible for making this place happen. It's a beautiful facility. We are on the west field tonight. The east field is right behind us. There's also a third field that doubles as a soccer field and a football field. And so just an outstanding facility here. It's hosted the New York State Soccer Championships a couple times and has hosted a lot of sectional games and regional state quarterfinal games over the years. And it's going to make for one heck of an atmosphere tonight with this rain. Certainly going to play a role in this game. And as a former coach at Cal Mum, what are you telling your guys as they get ready to play tonight in these type of conditions on natural turf?
Yeah, certainly, Brendan. You know, these conditions are going to be wet. It's going to be windy. First thing I'd say is, you know, put the ball on the net. You got to put shots on goal. The wet ball is going to make it tough for the keepers to handle. And the forwards need to crash the net. When you get a shot on goal, you look for the ball to be misplayed on a night like tonight, and you need to have somebody there 9 out of 10 times. You know, the keeper's going to handle it cleanly. That 10th time, you better have your kid there crashing the net to put it in the goal.
We'll do our best to keep the camera lenses clean. Every once in a while, you'll see the squeegee man, Jeremy Hunt, up on camera upstairs, clearing things out. Right now, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups, and we'll start out with Red Creek, the number 8 seed, 9-7-1 on the year, 5-6-1 in the Wayne County League. They play a 4-3-3. Cullen Sherman will start in the goal. Quick, good keeper. And then on the back line, Tucker Emmert, who is the son of the head coach, Tom Emmert. He's their best player. Sweeper, a senior who actually has a scholarship to a Division II school down in Georgia. Bo Griffin and Jerry Field on the outside. Ethan DeRocher, a sophomore, is the stopper. Then at midfield, TJ McIntyre, DJ Humbert, and HB Berghoff, which Coach Emmer has cleverly nicknamed the Alphabet Bandits. I love that. Nick Heald will be up front at the striker position, and then Jeff Hanford and Noah Fisher, an 8th grader, getting the start up front. Meanwhile, for Naples, the top seed, this is actually the first time that Naples has been a top seed since 1989 when the Big Green won the first of their 2 state titles. They play a 4-4-2. Luke Parker will start in goal. Patrick Hastings and Ben Pulver on the outside of the back. Jake Ball is the sweeper. Chris Barkley the stopper. Adrian Black and perhaps the most valuable player on this Naples team, Kyle Johnson, the leading scorer and center midfielder along with Black. And then you have Flynn Wilsey out on the outside, Matt Jackson out on the outside as well. And then up front, Mitch Madden and Elijah Miner, a guy who I actually saw last year playing for the Cherry and Gray of Canandaigua out on the football field. And he has actually been a very nice addition to the Naples soccer program. And Ryan Beatrice in his first season as the head coach for the Naples Big Green, but as we said before, not a stranger to this program at all. He was the JV coach for 12 years under Gary Shank, graduate of SUNY Potsdam, where he played 4 years for the Bears of Potsdam State. He teaches 3rd grade at Naples. And Matt Johnson and Dan Matthews are his assistants. As we said before, Tom Emmert in his 3rd season as the head coach for Red Creek. He is a assistant that goes all the way back to 1978 at Red Creek, coached some modified, some JV, and assisted the legendary Don Hartley. Now, full disclaimer here, I am a 1997 graduate of Naples Central School and was a member of the 1995 team that went all the way to the state semifinals and won the Section 5 championship. And so we will be, as best we can for our Red Creek fans that are out there, as impartial as possible. But if I do let my green and white tendencies seep into the broadcast once in a while, please forgive me. So I thought I'd just get that out there. But the team's heading out to midfield right now. We're getting ready for the national anthem, and we'll get ready for some soccer after that. And some fans who have braved the elements, you can see across the way as Jeremy tries to keep the camera clean. Some fans who have braved the elements in the bleachers across the way. And let me tell you right now, tonight is a perfect night to be at home taking this all in on FingerLakes1.tv, Brian.
Yeah, well, you can see on the field right now, the wind is actually coming right into the face of the players as they're lined up, so the fans actually get it at their back tonight, it looks like.
Yeah, that works out well. Other than that, though, it's going to be a little chilly and certainly a lot wet as we get ready for action between these two teams. Now, Naples, both of these programs, we talked about the elite status that they've had in Section 5. Kind of taken a step back in recent years. Red Creek, since winning 3 straight Section 5 titles and a couple state titles, they won 2007, 2008, 2009 in Section 5. They've struggled the last couple of years. They lost in the first round of the sectional tournament in 2009. Last year in the quarterfinals to Byron Burgeon. Meanwhile, Naples will be looking to get to the semifinals in the Section 5 tournament for the first time since 2005. Naples did win a sectional game a couple years ago, but lost last year in the first round to Campbell Savona. So a lot of parallels when you look at these two teams and these two programs and kind of the situation that they're in.
Yeah, I think you're right. And maybe another thing in here, both these programs do have some youth on them. Even though we said Red Creek, has a couple freshmen and 8th graders starting tonight, Naples also has, a number of juniors and a couple sophomores on the field to get started.
And even those players who were in sectionals last year, that was a much different story. Naples played in the 8-9 game. They were a number 9 seed, lost in the first round. They're a number 1 seed this year. Like we said, the first number 1 seed that Naples has gotten since 1989. Some pressure comes with that. So, for brevity here with the weather conditions, I think that sounds like a good plan. We did have an anthem before the first game that was played here today, which was a Class B quarterfinal between Pal Mac and Wayland Cohocton, a 4-5 matchup, and Pal Mac comes away with a 3-1 win. It was tied 1-1 in the second half, but they scored back-to-back goals rather quickly, and so they will advance in the Class B tournament.
I believe, Brendan, they're going to get the winner of the Livonia Bath Haverling game also being played tonight.
So Section 5 tournament in full swing, and the weather is going to play a huge role in scheduling games and all the fall sports over the next week with this Frankenstorm that is supposed to be on the way. That's just ridiculous. A lot of the hurricane tracks have it coming right up into western New York. Well, the team's taking the field right now. Naples will be in its home white tops with green shorts and white trim. You're going to see a lot of green armbands on the Naples players, and that is to honor Coach Gary Shank, who passed away last October at the age of 66 years old. Red Creek, meanwhile, will be in their road red uniforms. Imagine that, with black vertical stripes. Red Creek will be moving from left to right to open up the game, so they will be attacking the goal to our right, which is on the north side of the field. And the wind, as we said, blowing kind of diagonally across the field right now, Brian. So it will be a little bit into the wind for Red Creek here in this first half. Naples will have the wind with them at their back.
And that certainly can make a big difference. So we'll see how it starts out.
So we are ready to start here. Red Creek will get the opening kickoff as the sheets of rain descend upon the Ozzie Tripp Athletic Complex. Again, they're running a 4-3-3 is Red Creek, so Noah Fisher up front there to start it off with Nick Heald, and Red Creek will possess to begin, Brian, and this is a Red Creek team that does a pretty good job controlling possession. They've just had some trouble finishing this year.
Yeah, you look at their attack, and certainly again tonight you're going to want to get the ball on the net.
And Naples just putting it out of bounds on the near sideline, and so it'll be a throw-in for the Rams early on in this game. It'll be Nick Heald that will put it in play.
Yeah.
And the windows can't open up all the way here. So Brian, we're gonna get to know each other pretty well right now, huh? As the ball sent right back out of bounds, and so another throw-in coming up for Heald here on the near sideline. So Red Creek's able to push the ball down onto the Naples half of the field. Throw will just get into the box, and that is headed right back out of there by Matt Jackson. And now towards the corner will be another throw-in, but this time Naples will finally be able to take a throw-in right in front of the Red Creek bench. As the ball moves into the midfield really for the first time. Little two-man game on the near sideline. And ball will go right out at midfield in front of the benches here. Ryan Beatrice, the head coach for Naples, patrolling the sidelines. And throwing coming up for Patrick Hastings as he pushes it down the near sideline.
It's a good ball.
Drops it into the box and just spinning and knocking it out of bounds. Red Creek, it's just a question of whether it's a corner or a throw-in. Now, we do have our view cut off a little bit in the near left corner by some overhanging pine trees, and really can't do much about that. Ball placed into the box and headed right back out of there by Red Creek. Naples possessing at midfield. Chris Barkley going to drop it back on the left side for Jake Ball. Near sideline, Kyle Johnson. Many of the Naples players sporting gloves. Throwing down the near sideline. Couple players running on. Adrian Black heading towards the corner just outside the box. Now cuts it back, crosses with the right foot, but a little bit too much, and that's going to carry all the way towards the corner flag across the end line and a goal kick for Red Creek.
Yeah, just a little too far for number 22, Flynn Wilsey. Looking for him on the far side.
So just underway here in the early minutes of this quarterfinal game between Red Creek and Naples. Off the goal kick, battle at midfield. Ball one in the air by the Big Green. Kind of bounced around in the midfield. And finally, Naples coming away with possession momentarily. Now carries across the near sideline. Is Matt Jackson able to keep it in? Ball down the left sideline. And Red Creek defender able to get on a foot on it. Tucker Emmert, the coach's son and sweeper.
There's a dangerous ball, Brendan.
Yep, long ball off the back line, but it's batted around. And so no surprise here early on, a lot of play in midfield. You know, Brian, as a coach, you can really kind of divide the field into three sections. Here's a through ball. Running hard on it for Naples is Mitch Madden towards the left corner. He looks to drop it back in the midfield for Matt Jackson. And it will be a Naples throw-in down the near sideline.
Yeah, certainly on a night like tonight, Brendan, you want to be in the offensive third. That's where you're going to get your opportunities on that keeper. And the more you can put on that keeper, you know, the more opportunities to put the ball in the net. It's going to be tough to handle tonight.
Yeah, both keepers going to be under a lot of pressure. Luke Parker, the keeper for Naples, senior and captain for the Big Green, and also a senior in goal for Red Creek, and Cullen Sherman. And ball at midfield, finally one out of the air by the Rams. Nick Heald up in the center of the field, pushes it to the outside for H.B. Bergdorf making a run. Bergdorf tries to play a ball in towards the top of the box, but easily volleyed back out towards the sideline by Chris Barkley of Naples. That'll be a Red Creek throw-in.
And to this point, you've seen Naples use the outside of the field pretty well. I imagine we're going to see that from Red Creek also.
And that ball won by Nick Heald momentarily, but then Naples going to clear it out of there. Up on the front line, that's Elijah Miner, who has great speed, and coming all the way out of his net is the keeper Cullen Sherman. And talking with the Red Creek coach, Tom Emmert, he likes his keeper a lot, says he's very quick and skilled, but sometimes he comes off his line and can make him a little nervous. Came well out of the goal there, but it was wise to come out and play it. And flag comes up for an offsides. It looks like Elijah Miner was past the last defender, and so Red Creek will have a free kick coming back the other way. Coming up on 5 minutes into the game. And no score between Red Creek and Naples in this quarterfinal Section 5 Class C2 game. Winner to face the winner of Marion and Wheatland Chili. And Brian, conditions kind of worsening as we...
They are, and again, it should favor Naples in this first half.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to push while you have that wind at your back. You know, obviously it'll switch around in the second half. So
Red Creek controlling the ball in the middle of the field. And ball just gets behind Jake Ball, and then a tough angle there. Managed to get, I guess, what would be considered a shot on goal, but right at the near post, and the Naples keeper, Luke Parker, able to get rid of it with ease.
And
His punt out to midfield.
And that last...
Bergdorf makes a through ball top of the box, coming all the way out right near the edge of the 18 is Parker.
And that was a nice play by the Naples keeper there. That's a tough ball to handle on a night like tonight.
Good through ball from Bergdorf, one of the three alphabet bandits in the midfield for Red Creek. Absolutely love that. And here's the throw in from Mitch Madden, one of the two forwards starting the game for Naples. He has it on the near sideline as we look through the trees here at the Tripp Athletic Complex in Cohocton. Ball sent back up the sideline, and here comes Red Creek on the counterattack. This is Jeff Hanford down the near sideline. Puts the ball in the middle of the field. Diagonal run from Bergdorf. Bergdorf at the top of the box, hounded by two players, and now here's an opportunity, but that touch a little bit too far off the foot from Jeff Hanford, and so another good decision by Parker to come out and take control.
Yeah, you can certainly see the experience of the Naples goalie. That's a very dangerous ball, and a great decision to come out and scoop it up.
Again, we're doing our best, folks. The rain started right before our webcast went on the air, and so I know things a little bit blurry out of our main camera right now, but poor Jeremy Hunt braving the elements up on the roof. Naples controlling in the middle of the field. This is Adrian Black, one of the two center midfielders. He pushes it on the outside to the right wing. Naples tries to move it from midfield to the attacking third. They'll have a throw in just shy of midfield across the way. This is where you earn your player parent card in a game like this. Sitting in the bleachers across the way. And here comes Naples, and not sure what was happening there. Flynn Wilsey with a long touch, kind of in between a pass down the wing and across back to the middle of the field, and so that'll just result in a goal kick.
Sometimes you get that, just two players not on the same page, and it would have been a nice ball in, but you need your forward making the run.
Naples has a lot of players that have tallied impressive scoring numbers this year. You look, Flynn Wilsey has netted 6 goals along with an assist. He plays up in Canandaigua with the Canandaigua Attack Club team. 3 players on this Naples team that play on club teams, 2 in Canandaigua, 1 up in Rochester, Kyle Johnson, who we talked about earlier. It's Red Creek trying to build an attack through the midfield, but that ball won by Johnson, who we just mentioned before. He's got some great speed as well. We've seen Miner and Johnson display that speed early on.
Certainly, you got a very strong athlete there in Kyle Johnson. Again, not only can control the midfield, but also knows how to put the ball in the net.
A lot of guys with high motors that are going to run all over the field, play 100% all the time, like Elijah Miner we saw just there. Red Creek now with the ball on the left wing trying to make something happen. This is Nick Heald, the forward. He's a junior, one of the few upperclassmen for this Red Creek team. They'll have the throw in all the way near the corner flag as the Rams attack the goal to our right, right at the top of the 18, battle for a loose ball, and it's finally cleared out of there. We're actually going to have a foul called. It's against Red Creek, so a free kick coming up for Naples from the top of their own box. Kyle Johnson will take a lot of the free kicks in the scoring half of the field, any kind of scoring opportunity. The sweeper, Jake Ball, will take anything this far back, and Ball will unload that one. He's got a good foot. Grazes off the head of one of the Naples players, and Red Creek right back in possession. Bergdorf on the other side of the field for Red Creek. It's going to go out of bounds and will be a Red Creek throw, and we're going to get our first substitution. And checking in the game for Red Creek is number 10, Will Meyer, freshman. No surprise that he's the first player off the bench for Red Creek. He started most of the year but has been banged up a little bit towards the end of the year as Naples trying to mount an attack, a counterattack. It's going to go out of bounds on the far sideline. Mitch Madden now also in for Red Creek is another reserve player. Saying they're not going to let him in, huh? So hold on right there. There's a ball right into the box. It goes off. Did it go off a Miner or did it go off of one of the defenders?
I believe it went off of number 27.
Yeah.
Elijah. No, they're going to give a corner.
It's a corner kick for Naples. Matt Dodsky, a senior defender, getting ready to check into the game.
Perhaps the most dangerous opportunity so far, and now you're going to get another with this cross.
Yep, so here comes the corner kick from the Big Green. Ball sent towards the front of the net. Header, and just misses to the left of the goal and a little bit low from Elijah Miner.
And
so, good ball.
And that's where tonight, Brendan, it's going to be tough to take that ball off the ground. The ball skips a little bit on this wet grass.
Yeah.
If you can get that ball right out of the air, you'll save yourself a little bit of the work.
Naples going to go to the bench for the first time. We're going to see David Boyce and Jordan Ratt come into the game at the outside midfield positions. As meanwhile, a battle in the middle of the field. We're a little past 10 minutes into this game of the first half. No score between Red Creek and Naples. No real golden scoring opportunities for either team, though Naples just had a pretty good one off the corner kick. Red Creek controlling in the middle of the field. And my paper's kind of disintegrating. Matt Dodsky wearing number 12, as we said.
That was a smart decision by number 12, Jake Ball, just to clear that ball out.
Here's a cross to the top of the box. Couple Red Creek players in the area, but kind of split the difference between the two of them as Naples tries to clear. Ball all the way on the far sideline now for Red Creek. That's DJ Humbert, one of the midfielders. And like offsides against Red Creek, and so Naples will be able to clear it off the back line.
I'd look for Red Creek to use that a little bit more, though, Brendan, getting that ball to the outside there and seeing if they can work it in from the corner.
$26.50 or so remaining in this first half. We are on the near sideline. The only clock is over here on the near sideline as Red Creek really controlling play right now, putting the pressure on Naples. As the ball put to the top of the box will be cleared out of there by Kyle Johnson. Now stepping up is Emmert, the sweeper, making a little bit of a run here. Through ball all the way to the top of the box. There's that skipping ball again, but a good job so far by Luke Parker to handle the wet conditions. Immediately gets rid of the ball. Here's Kyle Johnson up through the midfield. As Naples tries to mount the counterattack. Couple players trying to shoot through the seam here, but neither one of them able to get there. Mitch Madden was up there along with Adrian Black. Now Red Creek bringing it back the other way. TJ McIntyre through the midfield, but he loses control. Kyle Johnson displaying his ball skills through the middle of the field. Tries a through ball, but timing on the run was a little bit off. Trying to hook up with Adrian Black. You can tell those two guys have played a lot together, but a little bit of a miscommunication there. Red Creek controlling in the midfield along the near sideline. Ball pushed down the near sideline for Red Creek as they look to put the pressure on again. This is Willie Meyer. Meyer boxed in against the end line, has it sent right back out. And Naples will be able to clear. And another substitution. Red Creek, Nick Heald going to come right back into the game. He had just a brief rest on the bench. Will be a Rams throw in here, right at midfield. Right in front of the Red Creek bench. Jordan Ratt able to help win possession. Kyle Johnson tried a through ball there to Madden, but went off the heel of one of the defenders. Now Elijah Minor trying to make a run. Again, he has some great speed, taking it towards the right corner. Now angles it back towards the goal, but it actually went across the touchline. Will be a throw-in. Yep, the referee, the linesman pointing right to the sideline. It'll be a throw-in on the far sideline.
I think one of the things so far, Brendan, is certainly, if there's any concern on the Red Creek coach's part about his young players coming out ready to play tonight, they certainly have.
And a couple more substitutions here, both sides, bringing guys in and out. TJ McIntyre got a brief rest, and then Naples is going to bring their starting outside middies back in the game, Flynn Wilsey and Matt Jackson. As the wind whips here at Cohocton. Here's a long throw-in into the top right corner of the box, and a long shot. Going to be well off the mark, and so Red Creek will have a goal kick. So anything sticking out to you here in the first 20 minutes or so here in the first half, Brian?
Well, I think the biggest thing so far, there haven't been any great opportunities, but both keepers look pretty solid, and on a night like tonight, that's going to be important.
Both teams really trying to get some runs. Naples pushing more to the outside, trying to feed it out to the wings, it seems like to me. Red Creek trying to hit those diagonal
to the middle.
Diagonal runs into the middle of the field, the through balls. Trying to find an opening in the other team's defense. And now dangerous ball towards the near post, and that's going to carry across the end line. Will be a goal kick.
It's a nice shield, smart play by the Red Creek defender.
You know, looking at this Red Creek team, talking with Tom Emmert, the head coach, they tend to control play, but just struggle to finish sometimes. And you'll see that with a young team, especially with no proven goal scorers. The wind really starting to whip here in Cohocton. Again, Naples has the wind at its back to a degree, kind of blowing diagonally across the field and from right to left. Ball in midfield. Red Creek having it on the back line. Now making a run through midfield is Nick Heald. Some help there from the midfielder from Naples. And ball comes all the way now on the near sideline right in front of the Naples bench. And will be, again, we're blocked by a tree. Looks like it'll be a Naples throw-in. No score, Naples and Red Creek, quarterfinals of the Section 5 boys soccer tournament here in Class C2. Winner gets either Marion or Wheatland Chilai. That'll be on Wednesday night. Hopefully conditions will be a little bit better than this one. Ball put down the far sideline as Red Creek now on the attack. They show off some speed on the outside from Jeff Hanford. And that'll be across the end line.
You know, Brendan, also this is a big night to see the strength of the Wayne County League this year. Obviously, the Red Creek team here playing Naples, and also with Marion at Wheatland Jai. It'll be interesting to see the outcomes of both these games. Might tell you a little bit about the leagues.
21 minutes remaining in the first half. No score between Naples and Red Creek. On the outside for the Big Green, Ben Pulver, able to put it across the touchline, and so Red Creek will put it right back into play. Ball put into the box, and again, you have to worry about the ball skipping, but a pretty good job there by Jake Ball to chest trap it and volley it right back out of there. The last 5 minutes or so seems like Red Creek controlling it a little bit more. Naples now trying to build the counterattack. Big collision. Kyle Johnson gets taken off his feet right as he crosses midfield. It'll be a free kick for the Big Green.
Well, it's interesting. At this point, you have both Miner and Madden off the field for Naples, and maybe a little more trouble generating an attack right at this point.
Jordan Ratt has come off the bench. Junior, he's out on the left wing right now. This ball will be played all the way from midfield. And skips right through the box. Here's an opportunity. Spinning shot
nice
from Johnson right on goal.
Nice
and
shot.
The save is made by Cullen Sherman.
Strong right foot there from Kyle Johnson. And good form on that save from the Red Creek keeper.
But really set up again that skipping ball. Johnson to get a real good sense of his skill there as he was able to quickly settle the ball and turn and get a shot off.
And on a night like tonight, you almost want you don't want to put the ball up high right into the keeper's hands. You keep that ball low, let it skip. Tougher ball to handle.
They come up on 19 minutes remaining left in this first half. No score between Naples and Red Creek as the Rams able to put it onto the Naples half of the field. And ball ricochets around there dangerously. A couple Naples defenders, along with Jeff Hanford from Red Creek, now takes it back towards the corner flag and actually went across the end line and will be a goal kick for Naples. And there, as you mentioned before, the two players that were out of the game, the two forwards for Naples, Mitch Madden and Elijah Miner, now will come back into the game.
Yeah, certainly, though, that was probably the best opportunity of the game so far, that right foot of Kyle Johnson.
Yeah, that along with the corner kick, and even though Red Creek has controlled play a little bit more here in the first half, Naples has had probably the two best scoring opportunities. Here's Red Creek, though, again, trying to mount an attack down the near sideline. There's a ball on the outside. Well played. Nick Heald now brings it back on goal, but again, good job by Parker to stay on his line, and he makes the save. He'll unload the punt towards the center circle. Elijah Miner with the big leap into the air. Kind of looks like a football player out there, doesn't he?
He does. Looks like an incredible athlete.
Yeah.
He got up nice and high on that ball, and you can see why he's scored 9 goals this year and is a big part of this Naples team.
Second on the team with 9 goals behind Kyle Johnson's team leading 15. Both Miner and Johnson had hat tricks in the same game, a 6-0 win at Newark. Double hat tricks, don't see that often. Here's a dangerous through ball, inside position for Flynn Wilsey, but then he slips on the turf.
And that's where these weather conditions are going to come into play. Just overran that ball a little bit and slipped on the grass.
Willie Meyer making a run down the right sideline, trying to cross it, and it is deflected out of bounds across the end line for a corner kick by Adrian Black. And so now Red Creek will get its first corner kick of the game. A little over 17 minutes remaining here in this first half of a scoreless game. Taking a long time.
Willie Meyer here, number 10, has some height.
TJ McIntyre. TJ McIntyre will take the corner.
They're going to have 6 Red Creek players making runs.
Low kick, skips around, and we're going to get a whistle. The ball deflected, but the whistle had blown. It'll be a foul on Red Creek.
Wow.
I think they get a dangerous play against one of the Red Creek attackers while the keeper, Parker, was on the ground, but I don't think that was an accident.
That was not, Brendan. I'm sure that's what that's what they were told on
Yep.
that ball, is to send that ball in low, look for something to skip around, and somebody bang it in.
So probably not the last time we'll see that on a corner kick. So ball right on the near sideline in front of the Red Creek bench. Naples trying to mount an attack. This is Flynn Wilsey with the left foot, middle of the field, but put it right at the feet of Ethan DeRocher from Red Creek. And now here comes Red Creek back the other way.
Again, it's a smart defensive play there.
Patrick Hastings just dumped it out of bounds.
And that's what you do when you got you're facing your own goal and you have an attacker coming on, put that ball out of play.
Willie Meyer, we mentioned before, did not start, but we'll see a lot of time today. Started most of the year, and we're seeing him heavily involved in the Red Creek offense. And now we're going to have an offsides against Red Creek. And so Naples will look to clear it out. No score. Naples, the number 1 seed. Red Creek, the number 8 seed in this quarterfinal in Class C2 in the Section 5 boys soccer tournament. Rain has let up a little bit right now, still coming down, but much lighter than it was about 5 minutes ago. Another through ball, this one for Kyle Johnson, who's playing up now. Elijah Miner making a run towards the right sideline. Now he cuts it back towards the middle of the field, but the touch a little bit too far away from him. Naples retains possession in the midfield, however. Trying to switch fields, but unable to do so. And ball's going to carry across the sideline.
By Miner.
Yep, Kyle Johnson. Miner's up to Johnson on the far sideline. He's trying to maneuver, and we'll get a throw in. Miner really unmarked right in front of him. Instead, tries to go all the way to the box. Johnson all the way near the corner flag. Couple Red Creek defenders there, and it's going to be a corner kick. Wow, that's a break.
Big opportunity here for Naples.
Johnson can take it quickly if he wants, because he's the corner kick man for Naples, but he's going to wait.
Looks like they're pushing 5 into the box here for Naples.
Corner kick from Johnson. 4 players right
Good
there.
ball.
Head ball, banks around, ball loose, and Miner swung and missed with the left foot. Miner had a chance, but could not connect. Naples pushing it up. Are they onside? No flag, but unable to do anything with it. And finally, the keeper, Cullen Sherman, able to come out and recover the ball. We look at the replay right here, and just out of the reach of the left foot of Elijah Miner. So another good scoring opportunity for Naples. No score with 14 minutes remaining here in the first half. Looks like Red Creek going to have a free kick right at midfield. And their sweeper will take the kick, Tucker Emmert. Emmert with a huge foot puts it right to the top of the box. They scored from a similar position in their 3-1 win over York in the first round on Thursday night. That was the 3rd goal. And now Red Creek able to get possession. Tucker Emmert again coming up from his sweeper position. Here's Meyer, cuts back with the left foot, has a scoring opportunity and gets it. And Red Creek takes a 1-0 lead. Willie Meyer.
Looked like Meyer went in on his own there. Ultimately unmarked one-on-one with the keeper and puts it in.
Here's a look at the replay. A nice through ball.
There it is.
Meyer with a great cutback with the left foot and then puts it into the back corner of the net.
Just a nice play by Meyer there to pick that ball up and finished it in the net, which is not always the easiest thing to do, even if you're one-on-one with the keeper.
Comes with 13:11 remaining in the first half. Red Creek takes a 1-0 lead on the goal from Willie Meyer. We'll have to see if there was an assist on the play or not, if it was credited. So 1-0. And so we'll see how Naples responds here. Down a goal. They come right back, looking to attack. Flynn Wilsey, number 22 on the outside. But it's going to carry across for a goal kick.
Brendan, that's interesting. That's one of their freshmen, Willie Meyer, that put that first ball in the net.
We'll check and see if we can find out if an assist was awarded on that. The initial pass was put through there by the sweeper, Tucker Emmert, and I think he will be credited with the assist. Yep, it is Tucker Emmert. So Emmert picks up the assist, And you see, you know, not only Emmert with the ability to control that defense, but he comes up, he's actually their leading assist man. And he made a real nice run through the midfield that set up that goal, Brian.
Yeah, and you look at him now, and here he is back at that sweeper position.
Yep.
So,
it was right after he took that long free kick, too, kind of pushed up right after it. So 1-0 Red Creek, scoring with 13:11 remaining in the first half. So that is the 28th minute for those of you who like your scoring to come in that variety. Sounds a little more international. Here's a through ball. Naples with an opportunity. Great play by Cullen to come out of the net there. Cullen Sherman. There's another shot on goal, and Sherman gets back, bobbles it, but makes the save.
Red Creek caught a break there. Defender almost got his foot on the ball, and it would have been a little tougher to handle for the keeper.
Flynn Wilsey battling on the left side there for Naples. Ball comes back into the midfield for Matt Jackson. So Willie Meyer with the first goal of the game to make it 1-0 Red Creek. Elijah Miner pushes it towards the near sideline for Wilsey. There's another diagonal through ball. Kyle Johnson making a run. And it looks like it's going to go across the end line and will be a goal kick. So Johnson just not able to catch up with it. But nice diagonal through ball there from Matt Jackson, number 21. So goal kick coming up for Red Creek. Now, Brian, as a former coach and a team playing their first sectional game, Naples here this year, I mean, is there an advantage for Red Creek having played on Thursday night, kind of getting their feet wet when Naples playing their first game here, getting a bye?
I would think so, and I don't know if Naples had a chance to.
They scrimmaged Minders.
They did. They scrimmaged Minders.
Yeah.
So sometimes that helps, but obviously you don't get up for a scrimmage like you get up for a game, and so certainly sometimes a layoff, you know, takes a little bit of while to get back in, and Red Creek played that game on Thursday, so.
Ball put into the top of the box and banged around a little bit, comes right back across the touchline. It'll be a Red Creek throw-in. And important for Naples not to hit the panic button down 1-0. Still a long way to go, right?
Yeah, and I think if you look at the
that ball flicked on, but an easy play for Parker to come away with it.
You look at for that response after the goal, and Naples certainly has you know, put a little pressure on since that goal. So I don't think there's going to be any let up.
Flynn Wilsey serving the ball back into the middle of the field, and now turning and heading it towards the far, or kicking it towards the far sideline. Ben Pulver, a senior, one of those outside defenders and outstanding student, heavily involved in the robotics teams at Naples with Patrick Freevold. Red Creek controlling middle of the field. H.B. Bergdorf putting it towards the corner flag. 10 minutes remaining in this first half. 1-0 Red Creek. Bergdorf now has it. Out towards the left top corner of the box. And again, we're doing our best to try and keep the cameras dry as the rain continues to come down sideways here at the Tripp Athletic Complex in Cohocton. Be a throw-in for Red Creek. H.B. Bergdorf getting ready to put it in play. Ball bouncing around in the midfield. Ethan DeRocher putting a touch on it. Ben Pulver, the outside defender for Naples, able to put it out off a Red Creek player, so the Big Green get a throw-in. Trying to push it up through the midfield. Kyle Johnson with a nice give and go through the midfield to Matt Jackson. Jackson now trying to find Flynn Wilsey out on the left wing. And it's going to carry across the touchline right near the Naples bench. A throw-in upcoming for Red Creek.
Yeah, and you look, oftentimes on a throw in that deep, you're going to look for Naples to lock this ball in. get possession right back.
Yeah, a lot
And
of
there they
players.
did.
A lot of players locked right in towards the sideline, and Naples will get the throw in. Patrick Hastings will take it right past midfield. And wind continues to blow diagonally across the field, and Naples does have the wind at their back to a certain degree, so that plays in Red Creek's favor for the second half. Counterattack from Red Creek. Bergdorf giving chase, but Pulver going to turn that one towards the far sideline. Does a nice job to turn things around. Now back on the other end, Jerry Field, the outside defender for Red Creek, tries to turn it upfield and banks it off one of the Naples players. Under 10 minutes left to play, under 9 minutes left to play here in the first half. 1-0 Red Creek. Willie Myers scoring in the 28th minute off an assist from Tucker Emmert. Got a real nice goal for Red Creek. Really, the keeper, Luke Parker, had no chance. Ball was perfectly struck.
Yep.
I thought he was going to go left, and he left it to the right, and Parker was just kind of frozen.
Yeah.
Now, Naples had a real tough stretch to finish up the season, Brian. Really some tests to get them ready for sectionals, playing Jasper Troopsburg for homecoming, losing 2-0, and then Minders, who's had a real strong season, undefeated at 3-0. And then Naples was able to get a win over Honeoye last Friday night to wrap up the regular season, and they needed that win to get the #1 seed and the bye.
Yeah, that was a big win to get that win. You always want to, it's nice to wrap up that 1 seed, and that was not an easy game to do that, and that was a big win.
Foul
going in this game.
Foul called on Naples. David Boyce. Teammates call him Boise. If you look at his name, it's spelled like Boise, Idaho, but pronounced Boyce. And a long through ball is going to carry all the way into the box.
Yeah.
That was Tucker Emmert again taking the free kick, but Parker will take care of business. Well, see if Naples can sneak one in here in the final 8 minutes of the first half.
I think it's interesting to see Red Creek keeping a lot of these balls on the ground. You look at that. That through ball about 30 yards. But even that cross earlier, and, again, with these wet conditions, sometimes those balls are tough to handle on the ground.
Be a Naples throw in on the far sideline as both teams bringing in some fresh bodies. On the far sideline, Naples controls. Jordan Ratt, who just checked in. Red Creek able to get it up over midfield towards the far sideline. If only the ball boy was playing, he would have had a nice opening there. That's the ball boy. Throw in coming up for Bergdorf.
They're doing a good job over there, though.
That is a tough job.
It is.
Naples able to clear it off the back line. And here coming on a run through, they might have some numbers here. 3-on-3.
Yeah,
Down the far sideline, Adrian Black.
22 coming in the far side, we'll see.
Yep, Black puts it to the edge of the box. Back to the goal. They drop it towards the top. Boy, if they could just switch fields there, they got the numbers advantage. And finally, Red Creek able to clear it out. But Naples controls on the back line. Jake Ball now pushes it down the wing. Here's the cross, top of the box. Kyle Johnson, header, just a little high, and it will be a goal kick.
I think that's what Naples needs to do. They need to get the ball to the outside and cross those balls in. They're really having trouble when they try to go bring the attack up the middle. Certainly, that's the type of ball you want to see if you're Naples.
Mitch Madden pushing it down the right side, and then the cross back into the middle of the field. 3 minutes left to play in this half. And Naples really putting the pressure on Red Creek, down 1-0. Wilsey now giving chase towards the near sideline. Trying to angle it around the defender. Wilsey now drops it back. There's a low shot, banks off one of the defenders, dangerous. Ball still loose, turning and shooting towards the far post, but the save is made by Cullen Sherman. Flynn Wilsey trying to bend that one in around the keeper towards the far post. But certainly some momentum for Naples here as we wind down the final minutes of the first half. Throw in for Red Creek right in front of the bench. Coming up at halftime, we're going to be chatting with the Naples girls soccer coach, Frank Glykoff, whose girls advanced with a convincing 7-1 win over South Seneca Romulus in the quarterfinals of the Class C2 girls tournament. And up next for them, Wheatland Chili on Tuesday night. So Frank going to come chat with us during halftime.
That was interesting. I think that matchup was also Marion Wheatland Chili,
Yep.
correct? Just like the
Yep.
boys bracket.
Goal kick coming up here for Red Creek as Naples really controlling play ever since the Red Creek goal, which came with 13:11 remaining in the half, the 28th minute. Willie Meyer off an assist from Tucker Emmert. And Naples will control middle of the field. Here comes the big
That's
green.
nice.
Long through ball, but a little bit too far for Adrian Black.
Yeah, just a little too much on that. Otherwise, another good opportunity for Naples.
As we wind down here at the end of the first half. See if Red Creek has time for one last attack here. Pushing up towards the offensive end, TJ McIntyre, and he goes down, slipping on the turf. And then a hard slide tackle in the midfield from Sean Connor. As we get a look at that last replay, and
That was close. That's in the box.
yeesh.
And
Yeah.
those things, though, maybe in a sectional game, you
Yeah.
don't want to see that called.
And it's right towards the edge of the box as well.
Correct.
Sometimes you'll see him make a call towards the edge of the box like that and give him a direct kick just outside the box, even though technically it might not be, kind of an in-between call, if you will. So, throw in for Red Creek. Again, we don't have the scoreboard on the in view over here. How much time we got,
Nice
Carter?
call.
20 seconds. 20 seconds remaining. I'll remember to start my watch at the beginning of the second half. I
One
knew I
more
was going to forget.
opportunity, perhaps.
As down about 10 seconds remaining, Red Creek able to clear the ball out and looking like they will be able to take a 1-0 lead into halftime. As the final seconds tick off the clock, and that is the end of the first half. This Class C2 quarterfinal matchup, the number 8 seed Red Creek leading the top seed Naples by a score of 1-0. The goal coming in the 28th minute from Willie Meyer off an assist from Tucker Emmert. But certainly a lot to take into the halftime huddle for Naples and some momentum to carry into the second half.
Yeah, I think, a relatively evenly played half there. Thought Naples might even add a couple better opportunities, but, the goal went in for Red Creek, and it's 1-0.
So we're going to go ahead and take a timeout, 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll be joined by Naples girls varsity soccer coach Frank Glykoff. We'll talk a little bit about the girls matchup coming up in the semifinals Tuesday night against Wheatland Chili. Again, your score 1-0 at the half. Red Creek with the lead. You're watching Section 5 Soccer on FingerLakes1.tv.
Tonight's live coverage of Section 5 Soccer is brought to you by Reynoldson's Market, a family tradition since 1946. Mitchell Joseph Insurance, with offices in Honeywell Falls, Naples, and Rushville. Bob's Alignment and Collision, the name you can trust in providing affordable auto repair services. And the family of Howard M. Fleischman.
Hi, my name is Jackie, and I think FingerLakes1.com is a great website. You can find all the videos, and you can find the podcast. So have a great time.
So many sights to see on the internet, but for everything local, there's one place you can get it. At FingerLakes1.com. Come on over to FingerLakes1.com. Make us your homepage. News, weather, sports, and fun. Log on to FingerLakes1.
www.fingerlakes1.com.
Back at the Tripp Athletic Complex in Cohocton, New York, we are at halftime of this Section 5 Class C2 quarterfinal matchup. The number 8 seed, Red Creek, leading the top seed, Naples, 1-0. A goal in the 28th minute from Willie Meyer off an assist from Tucker Emmert. And as we get ready for the second half, we're going to talk some girls soccer for Naples. Really a historic season for the soccer programs at Naples, with both the boys and the girls earning top seeds. And I'm joined now by the head coach for the girls, Frank Gleikoff. Team advanced with an impressive 7-1 win yesterday over South Seneca Romulus, and so Naples advances to the semifinals to take on Wheatland Chile. Your team is 16-1, and Frank, congratulations on what's been a great year.
Thank you very much.
Coach of the year as well, I hear, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of help from the kids getting the job done, but yeah.
Has to be a fun year to be around the soccer programs with both teams really having successful campaigns, huh?
Well, you know, it does create a lot of ambiance at the games because everybody's supporting each other like they do every year, but when you're winning, it just brings a little extra, a little more community comes out for the games, a little more cheering, you know?
Boy, we'd have to pour through the record books, I guess, but does anybody remember a year where both teams earned number 1 seeds?
Not while I've been around.
Yeah, right. Pretty impressive. I know the boys, it's the first time since 1989, but tell us a little bit about this team. What's been the key to the success?
You know, I don't know if I've figured it out yet, but, you know, we had a little tough go of it at the beginning. We lost a central midfielder to an ACL injury early on, Paige Hobart, and it was, you know, she'd been a 4-year starter, actually 4-year starter, 5-year player, and it was a huge loss. And, you know, a lot of times certain teams would just cash in at that point, and this group just rebounded, and they found ways to win every single time. They're definitely not my most talented group, but they just know how to win and know how to score.
You know, I think your team can be summed up in one game if you had to pick one game in terms of that toughness. You were down 3-0 to Whitman.
Oh man, it was a 4-game stretch where we just I'm really not sure how we started the game. So we started out down 2-0 to Penn Yan, and we come back and beat them 3-2 in overtime. Turn around 2 days later, we go over to Whitman, and actually over at our place. Whitman comes over. We get down 3-0. And we get one back before the half. We end up beating them 5-3. The next game, we turn around down 2-0 to Honeyway. We beat them 7-3. And then we go home coming down 1-0 to Bloomfield and beat them 2-1.
7-3? Well, what's going on here? Lacrosse?
I said our kids can score and they know how to win, but boy, you know, I mean, they know how to give them away early.
Don't know much about Wheatland Chile, but at this point, when you get to the semifinals and sectionals, you know it's going to be a battle, right?
Everybody's going to be good. I try and tell my kids, I said, you know, you get to sectionals, nobody wants their season to end. Everybody's going to play hard. Seeding just doesn't matter. And, you know, the bottom line there is that when you get down to the Final Four, oh, man, you just got to squeak it out. That's all it comes down to.
Well, as a coach, any thoughts on what you saw here in the first half on the boys' side?
Well, you know, I think both teams are playing well, and they're both getting a few opportunities. It's just their one opportunity was a little better than ours, and capitalizing on our opportunities, that's the key.
All right, the one goal coming in the 28th minute, Willie Meyer, and an assist from Tucker Emmert. Frank, thanks so much. We looking ahead to next year. Hopefully, we'll be able to do a girls' game, and kind of making our debut. Of course, we get the heavy rains and wind tonight. It's making it hard to see on our cameras. But going forward, there's something we'd love to do with the girls' team as well. And best of luck coming up on Tuesday night.
I appreciate that, and thank you for having me.
Yep, Frank Gleikoff joining us at halftime. The girls' soccer coach at Naples. The boys are down 1-0, but 40 minutes still left to play as Naples trying to survive and advance in the Section 5 Class C2 tournament. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have your second half action on Finger Lakes 1. Are we getting ready to start right here? You want to keep it right here? Yep, we're getting ready to start. We'll keep it right here. Jim Sidicropi, our producer-director. Jeremy Hunt. Is Jeremy okay upstairs? He's so cold. Poor Jeremy. He's definitely our most valuable player. I might have to purchase him an adult beverage after the game. Well, Brian, actually not. Is it raining at all right now? Doesn't even look.
Let up.
Yeah. If it is raining, it's not raining much. Naples will now flip it around, and they will be going into the wind here to start the second half. All right, I got to remember to start my watch. Here we go. I remembered since we can't see the time here. And so Naples off the opening kickoff, moving from left to right. They are the higher seat, so they're wearing white. Red Creek in the red. And you always talk about as a coach, Brian, as Brian McQuillan, a former Cal Mum coach, stepping back in. Thanks to Frank Glykoff for stopping by at halftime. But, Brian, you always talk about as a coach getting that early goal to begin a half, right?
Yeah, certainly, and I think you'll see that from Naples here. I think you'll see a lot of pressure early on, and, looking to get the equalizer.
Naples put the pressure on in the last 10 minutes, trying to get the equalizer, but just couldn't find the back of the net. Here's Bergdorf at midfield, and the ball sent out of bounds by Ben Pulver from Naples. Starters back in there for Naples. Elijah Miner, Mitch Madden up front, and we'll see Black, Johnson, Jackson across the middle. Hastings, Ball, Barney, and Pulver, the defenders. Here's Wilsey trying to run a little two-man game with Mitch Madden, but couldn't control it, and Red Creek with the throw-in.
And I think you're going to see a lot of that on Naples, trying to get those balls up deep in the corners and get something across. That seemed to be where they got their best opportunities in the first half, and I'd look for more of that in the second half.
Well, certainly teams feeling each other out at midfield right now as the throw-in from Ben Pulver. By the way, he went back with that right hand. I thought he was going to throw it in baseball style for a minute. Now Pulver has to retreat, trying to hold off Bergdorf. Now Bergdorf comes away with it. Bergdorf, that touch a little bit too far and taken away, but now the reinforcements coming off the back line. Long shot, save made by Luke Parker. That came from midfield.
Yeah, sometimes that dangerous ball in the back, you just want to clear out, and good opportunity there for Red Creek.
And so Naples will look to push it back the other way. 1-0 Red Creek, 2 minutes into the second half. And Red Creek starting to put the pressure on again. Bergdorf now with through ball back to McIntyre. McIntyre had a golden opportunity, and the ball elevated over the crossbar.
You see that so often, Brendan. That looks like a shot that, is going in the back of the net, but it's not easy. You got to stay on top of that ball, or you see it going over that crossbar.
And Red Creek almost wins on the goal kick right there. And Parker will get it back. So golden opportunity early on for Red Creek. That went off the hand of H.B. Bergdorf, and so it will be a free kick for Naples just shy of midfield. Coming up off the back line, the sweeper for Naples, Jake Ball, will take this free kick. 3 minutes into the second half. 1-0 Red Creek. Ball drives it down the near right sideline. You can see the wind holding it down a little bit. And sent back the other direction by Jerry Field. Boy, great job to keep it at play right there. That was Jake Ball able to push it to the touchline. Now middle of the field for Adrian Black. Black with one of the dirtiest uniforms out there, that's for sure. Of course, it shows up a little more on the white shirts. And all the way back to Parker again. Well, kind of a low drop kick there from Parker.
Well, and you know what? You might see that going into the wind a little bit more.
Yeah.
You elevate that ball, it gets hung up. I think you'll see that, quite a bit, trying to keep the ball a little bit lower.
Well, Kyle Johnson really getting his first touch of the second half. A key center midfielder for Naples. And right at the top of the box, Big Green able to clear it. Up on the front line, Mitch Madden trying to win possession but could not. Matt Jackson. And then up off the back line, here's Jerry Field. And Red Creek on the counterattack. Through ball, looking for Fisher. And again, coming out is Parker. Parker has a nice feel for when to come out. Experienced goalkeeper. This is his third year as a starter, and I think it really shows. Amount of time he's logged at the varsity level. He's certainly getting a workout here early on.
Well, I tell you what,
second half.
I tell you what, Brendan. If anybody thought that Red Creek was going to come out here in the second half and try to protect a 1-0 lead,
yeah, right.
That's not happening.
Yeah, you'll see some teams just go into the defensive shell, right?
Yeah, probably early, a little too early to do that, but certainly I think you'd expect to see it maybe a little bit later on with about 10 minutes to go. But
Mitch Madden angles it back towards Elijah Miner. Miner lets it go through, headed towards the corner, tries to get the touch back to Wilsey, and that one cleared into the Red Creek bench area, and it will be a throw-in for Naples. Flynn Wilsey will take it. Doesn't have a ton of speed, but just has a nose for setting up goals or finishing them. Pulver from the back line kind of boots it into the center of the field into no man's land.
Yeah, not a lot of opportunity up the middle. Red Creek's pretty tough in the middle of that field.
Yep. Willie Meyer, the goal scorer, making a run there, but ball went across the touchline. Will be a throw-in for Naples. Or it may be a free kick. Yeah, they're going to get an offside, so it'll be a free kick for Naples. 6 minutes pass, so just a little under 34 minutes remaining in the second half. 1-0 Red Creek. Scoring in the 28th minute, Willie Meyer from Tucker Emmert. Well, a heel touch there by Willie Meyer.
That could be an opportunity here for Red Creek.
Yeah, Red Creek at the top of the box.
Gonna be coming out.
Yep, it'll be a goal kick for Naples. We find it? All right. Doing a little search for a cord here. All right. So, yeah, as you said before, Brian, Red Creek certainly not content to just sit on this lead. They've controlled play here the first 7 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, and how much the wind has a factor in that, I don't know, because honestly, Red Creek likes to keep the ball down on the ground.
Yeah.
You know, and the wet conditions, I really don't think have affected their touches tonight.
Kyle Johnson, middle of the field for Naples. They try and mount an attack here, down 1-0. That ball booted over the bleachers into the trees. Be out onto the street. Here's a long ball towards the top of the back. Here's the flick. Wilsey has it. Settles. Trying to get rid of it. Banks off the defender. Wilsey just couldn't get it settled quite soon enough.
Yeah.
And looks like Red Creek can have a free kick.
Yeah, you're right. That first touch just came off a little bit too far, and he couldn't get the rip off.
Taking a look at the replay, Jim Sinacropi taking care of business back there. Pulver now trying to angle it towards the near sideline as he works against Noah Fisher, rather. Ball still in play. Bergdorf. And sent out of bounds by Chris Barkley of Naples. Throw in coming in from Red Jacket. Jerry Field will take it. Wilsey. Now Red Creek. Bergdorf towards the top of the box. Nice cutback. But errant touch there from TJ McIntyre. And Elijah Miner puts it out of bounds.
Yeah.
And it'll be a throw-in.
I think you'll see as the game progresses, Naples will push up more and more on these type of opportunities.
Yeah. Here's the throw-in. Mitch Madden giving chase down towards the corner. Here's Tucker Emmert,
Still
the
in
sweeper,
play.
way out in the corner.
Nice shield.
Linesman raised his flag and dropped it.
Well,
that's when you know. That's when you know it's wet. The linesman can't hold on. Here's Miner, tough angle,
good
rips it
ball.
with the left foot, but hits the side of the net. So Elijah Miner had an opportunity with the left foot, tough angle, and just pulled it a little bit too far near post.
yeah, ultimately it's that center official that gets to call that game, and sometimes you see those linesmen waving, but
Yeah.
the center
Boy, look at the
official
ball
doesn't call
skip
it, it
right there.
stays.
Ball really skipping in the midfield. Adrian Black trying to get control in the midfield for Naples. Black, one of the captains, 3 captains in this team for Naples. Black and Kyle Johnson, the 2 center midfielders, along with the keeper, Luke Parker. Naples, 10 minutes now into the second half, still trailing 1-0. Ball clipped off the back of Mitch Madden. And Pulver will let it go across the touchline. Naples throwing.
Hey, one thing, Brendan, there really hasn't been a lot of fouls in this game.
Yeah, you're
it's
right.
been a pretty skilled game. And the physical play that has occurred, they've let it go.
Mitch Madden battling there, and as you say that, on cue,
You
we
get
one,
the foul.
One of our few fouls, and we're gonna get a stoppage here. I think somebody
Wow.
might have said something, and we're gonna get a card. Now, Red Creek picked up a pair of yellow cards in their 3-1 win over York. Just going to be a warning.
I tell you what, I think most coaches appreciate that.
Yep.
You give that card, and all of a sudden the kid's going to lose some time.
29.5 minutes remaining as that ball served to the top of the box by Ball, but going to be cleared right back out of there by Red Creek. Near sideline, Flynn Wilsey. That goes out of bounds off of Red Creek. Jerry Field, and we're going to see some substitutions for the first time. And we're going to see some substitutions up front for Naples, huh?
Yeah, looks like Miner and Madden coming off again. They seem to get that break. What, about 10, 15 minutes in?
Yep, and they'll move Wilsey up at attack, up on the front line, along with Matt Jackson, and then you have new outside midfielders. Now here comes Meyer back the other way for Red Creek, takes it down the left wing, cuts back with the right foot, now crosses with the left foot just a little bit too far, but on the far post, player coming in, that's Humbert, DJ Humbert. Naples looked like they're going to clear, but that clipped the back heel of Adrian Black. Bergdorf, his touch all the way towards the back line. Ball still in play on the left wing. Players battling for it. This come towards the near post, and Meyer tried to get a foot on it, slipped. He's a little slow to get up. Remember we told you he was a little banged up. That's why he didn't get the start. Willie Meyer, who has the only goal of this game right now. Ball all the way back to midfield as Pulver will chase it down.
And tell you what, as this game progresses, those balls in the midfield are going to be more and more important for Naples to win.
27.5 minutes remaining in the second half. Naples trailing 1-0 in this quarterfinal game in Class C2. And we're going to get a foul against Red Creek. It'll be a free kick.
And these are some of the key balls, Brendan. You got to win these balls in the middle if you're going to get back in this.
Brandon Harrington and Brian McQuillan here with you at the Tripp Athletic Complex in Cohocton. Jim Sinacropi, our producer and director, Jeremy Hunt on camera, and we're all glad it's not raining right now.
It's a nice play.
Pulver with a good win. Another header, winning it off the back line. But again, Red Creek continues to control the pace of play here. Ball right in the center circle. Sent up on the wing, and here comes Bergdorf. Bergdorf down the left wing, rips it with the left foot. Strong shot just wide of the far post. And Mitch Madden getting ready to check back in.
It'll be interesting to see, Brendan, how much Red Creek brings Tucker Emmert up. They're leaving him there in the back, and with a 1-0 lead, I imagine he's going to be the guy responsible for holding down the fort.
Patrick Hastings will come off for Naples. Madden up top now. Kyle Johnson, they might push him up forward a little bit more than usual, the leading goal scorer with 15 goals, with Naples trailing 1-0. And a little under 26 minutes remaining here in the second half. Big Green struggling to move it through the midfield, and now here's Johnson. Making a run on the far side. Got a player coming in there, but Johnson eventually going to have it taken away.
It's tough he made the cut to the middle, and the middle's packed.
David Boyce was making a run down the right wing, and kind of looking to see if Kyle Johnson would be able to switch fields there, push it up to the wing. .25 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. 1-0 Red Creek. Goal was in the 28th minute. from Willie Meyer. Again,
There they go.
yep.
They
Naples
push that
trying to
ball
push
the
it up.
corner.
Here's Madden in the left corner and goes across the goal line, and it will be a goal kick for Red Creek. Naples had 2 corner kicks in the first half, but unable to get one here in the second half thus far. Substitution for Red Creek. Nick Heald going to come back into the game.
Another one of these balls that gets more and more important to win in the middle.
These two storied programs, again, a combined 34 sectional championships. Red Creek's 23 is the most in Section 5 boys soccer history. Naples has 11, which is pretty impressive in its own right. And now down the far right side, this is DJ Humbert. A little bit undersized, but tough kid. And now Naples, Kyle Black, past 2 Red Creek players and has attempted a long ball diagonally through on the other side, but didn't have enough to get it out to Boyce. And ball will carry all the way across the near sideline for a Red Creek throw-in.
It's a good idea by Boyce there to make the run.
Yeah, well, he's trying to make something happen with some runs on that right wing, coming off the bench fresh. And Pulver going to have to chase this one down. Giving chase Jeff Hanford from Red Creek. And believe that carried across the sideline. All I can see are the branches of a evergreen tree right now. Red Creek throwing. I have to get Ozzie to do some trimming next spring. They actually took a whole line of trees out towards the north field that used to be there. They put the bleachers in the north field. Here's a dangerous ball centered right in front of the goal and just past DJ Humbert.
Tell you, Luke Parker had a nice game tonight.
Boy, Humbert was just a step behind right there, potential position to be able to put that one home. Yeah, talking with Ryan Beatrice, the head coach from Naples, he said, here's a chance for Naples. Black giving chase. There's a collision.
Ball's still
and still haven't heard a whistle, but must have been.
Finally came. The keeper was sitting on the ball, and he got the whistle.
It was Adrian Black, the midfielder for Naples, making a run. So we take a look at the replay, and that's the sweeper and coach's son, Tucker Emmert, who was the defender. And then, of course, the goalkeeper is Colin Sherman. Naples trying to get something going here. And Black a little bit banged up right now. He was down bending over on the field while the ball was in play. And Pulver, meanwhile, is just going to have to send it out. And here comes mass substitutions. That was actually Jake Ball who sent it out. Elijah Miner going to come back in for Naples. Also back in for the Big Green, Patrick Hastings, the outside defender. Almost to the midway point of the second half. Naples trailing 1-0. Pulver in the corner. Battling with McIntyre. Ball crossed to the top of the box. Here's Bergdorf. Bergdorf with a lot of room, setting it up with the left foot, rips it just wide. Boy, seemed like Bergdorf had all day to set up there. H.B. Bergdorf, the junior midfielder.
Yeah, the pressure came late, and he got his rip off, but
they say there was a deflection here? Because I think it's going to be a corner kick. I didn't see a deflection. Take a look at the replay there. So corner kick coming up for Red Creek, leading 1-0, trying to add on midway here through the second half. Towards the near post, flick towards the far post, but a little bit too far. And the ball will go across the end line for a goal kick. "21 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in this second half. 1-0 Red Creek. Scoring a goal with 13:11 remaining in the first half. And Bergdorf able to win that one easily. And here's another shot just wide of the goal as the pressure continues. That was Sean Connor, the junior. That one looked like it might have gone off the outside of his foot a little bit and went wide of the mark. Naples trying a quick restart on the goal kick, but official's going to say, hold on, we got a substitution. And if you're Red Creek, as you try and milk the clock up 1-0, you might start sending subs a little bit more regularly than you usually do. A tactic to waste some time. In high school soccer, no limits on substitutions. Here comes Red Creek again, and Bergdorf continues to work down that near sideline. And good job coming back into the play for Naples. On the outside, David Boyce. And it will go across the end line, however. He tried to turn it up the line, but it'll be a corner kick from the left corner. Again, a little bit tough to see with the trees in the way. Ball right in front of the goal, rolls through, and nobody could get a foot on it. Then not a very good job clearing it by the Big Green. Here's a long shot wide of the goal from T.J. McIntyre.
And once again, Brendan, you see that cross coming in on the ground or kept very low. Which,
the corner.
Or the corner, sorry. Kept very low, and that's something
that's not
we've
an
seen
accident
all night from Red Creek.
Yep, they did it in the first half as well. It's a pretty good strategy. Again, Tom Emmerich, the head coach for Red Creek in his 3rd year as the head coach, but this guy has been coaching soccer at Red Creek at some level since 1978. Ball in the middle of the field as Naples tries to mount an attack. But just unable to push the ball through the midfield right now, and Red Creek continues to control. Again, it's Bergdorf. All the way across the field, there's a big swing and a miss at the left back position from Naples. That was Jordan Ratt, but now Naples able to clear.
Naples will want to look to a quick counterattack here as Red Creek still pushes up.
Well,
they create opportunities.
That last touch from Johnson just got a little bit too far away from him, and it'll be a throw-in for Red Creek. As we come up on 18 minutes remaining in the second half. Red Creek leading 1-0, and I don't want to use the word dominated, but they've certainly controlled play here in the second half.
Yeah, no, you've seen the bulk of the play in Naples' back end this half, and again, certainly if anyone thought Red Creek was going to try to come out and hold on to a 1-0 lead, they're looking for that second goal.
Flynn Wilsey, Matt Jackson starting outside midfielders back into the game for Naples. Jordan Ratt will come off for the Big Green. And here's the throw-in from Red Creek. 17.5 minutes remaining. As that clock seems to move faster if you're from Naples and can't move fast enough if you're from Red Creek. Long trip for Red Creek down from Wayne County. They wanted to make it a nice, enjoyable, long bus ride home.
Tell you what, a well-played game tonight, though, by both teams, and a lot of youth on display tonight. So the future looks bright for both of these programs.
Kyle Johnson, Naples' leading scorer, only a junior. Look at all these freshmen and an 8th grader out there on the field for Red Jacket. Mitch Madden, Elijah Miner.
You can see Red Creek slowing the play down now.
Here's the throw-in from the far sideline. Johnson able to get a head on it. And again, Naples will try and build it up through the midfield, but a little bit behind Madden there. And right back to Red Creek. Ethan DeRocher pushes it in, but coming up to make the play, Luke Parker. And another quick win. I mean,
they're going to have to win those balls in the middle, Naples will. Or
Willie Meyer given chase. It was Meyer who scored the only goal of this game in the 28th minute. And clock is going to be stopped here. We'll see what's going on. Yes, having trouble retrieving the ball over there. So,
and that's good by the officials again. If if the ball's not ready to be put in play, you may see a stoppage.
And ball played into the box, but cleared out by Naples. As Red Creek continues to possess deep on the Naples end.
Get a clear.
And Red Creek still controls. Bergdorf. Ball Just
There
bouncing
it is.
straight up into the
And you
air.
got Miner.
Yep, Fisher could not get
There's
it,
the
but
run,
now Elijah
run to the
Miner for
corner
Naples.
by Madden.
And Miner trying to pass it up with his left foot, had it blocked and sent back by Jerry Field.
Yeah, give him.
Now down the far sideline, Matt Jackson playing that left
Looking
outside
for-
position. Here's Black. Adrian Black from Naples has
Ooh.
2 defenders to get around. Somehow gets it back.
There's a good drop.
Yep.
Here's an opportunity.
4 players up on the front line from Naples waiting for a pass to be fed, but again, Big Green just can't get it through the midfield. Now here's a long ball opportunity for Fisher, but Parker comes out and plays it for Naples.
Smart decision again by Parker. Been making those all night.
Noah Fisher moving away from goal, and referee comes in and makes a call. I'm not sure what. Oh, offsides. So Naples will have the free kick. 14:05 remaining in regulation, 1-0 Red Creek. As Naples in danger of being eliminated here in its first sectional game as the number 1 seed here in the 2012 C2 tournament. Attempted across there from Madden. And it will go out of bounds for a corner kick.
Big opportunity here for Naples.
Madden
Be
and
interesting to
Dotsky
see
battling.
how many they push up. Looks like you're going to get 9 up in the box.
Adrian Black,
Oh.
low kick, bobbled by the goalkeeper, but he's
Wow.
able to control.
And those are the balls. It wasn't loose for long. But you
Long
always
throw
crash.
from Colin Sherman. Yeah, Sherman bobbled it, but was able to keep it close enough to him that he could
Wow.
get it back.
That was interesting. Naples kept the corner kick low on that one.
Yeah.
Again, with these conditions tonight, wet field, why not let the ball skip and see if the keeper mishandles it.
Adrian Black battling with Bergdorf in the midfield. And Pulver seems like he's been chasing down a ton of balls in that back corner. Spins and puts it across the sideline, but it will be a throw-in for Red Creek deep in the Naples end. 12:40 remaining. Red Creek has still not put it back. Now they try, and it will be a Naples throw-in. And play out of view down in the corner. As Naples throw-in upcoming. And Adrian Black will emerge from the pack with it. And he was bumped off the ball and a foul called there against Red Creek's TJ McIntyre.
And I tell you what, you see they're pushing Johnson up here. It's the leading goal scorer. Maybe that's the guys you want to get it on his foot.
See Naples take more and more chances now as Jake Ball played it up from his sweeper position. Black not coming back to the ball. He's looked a little banged up here in the second half. He's gone down a couple times. Black battling. They're just all over him. Finally gets rid of it.
Oh, here's
now
an
makes a run.
Oh.
And, just cleared out of there towards the far sideline. That was Chris Barkley coming up and making a run, number 20. Black puts it right back in play, tries to push it towards the corner.
Loose ball.
And slide
gonna be a
tackle from
corner.
Red Creek will result in a corner kick for Naples. So Naples starting to get
Big
a couple
opportunity.
opportunities here.
Here they come. Only one defender left back.
Short corner. And Red Creek able to gain control. Now an opportunity for a counterattack. This is the sweeper. Tucker Emmert will send it all the way down to the other end. Parker comes out, pushes it towards the far sideline. Naples trailing 1-0.
Big ball.
10:55 to play. Naples trying to track it down on the near sideline, and it will be a white throw-in. Wilsey will put it in play. Finds Elijah Miner to Barkley. Barkley plays it up towards the front line, trying to find Black, but Red Creek controls. McIntyre, long ball. He's just clearing it. Goes all the way
I
down to
think
Parker.
You'll see more and more of that as the minutes go away here, Brendan. Red Creek will just look to push that ball into the Naples end and
Berth in the semifinals on the line against the winner of Marion Wheatland Chi-Li. That'll be Wednesday night. Red Creek right now leading 1-0. Ball on the near sideline. Flynn Wilsey, middle of the field for Barkley. And here's a nice read by Emmert. Tucker Emmert from his sweeper position. Long ball. Too far for Noah Fisher as it skips all the way to the goalkeeper, Parker. Here comes Naples. Pulver.
Got some space.
Tries to pass on the touchline to Wilsey, and Bergdorf knocked it out of bounds, throwing Naples. 9:40 remaining, under 10 minutes left to play, so dire circumstances for Naples right now, trailing 1-0. Madden pushes it forward, trying to find Wilsey. And that's cleared across the touchline, throw in for Naples. Black will take it.
I think you'll see Naples take more and more chances here as the minutes go down.
Now Pulver will actually throw it in. Black tries to volley it towards the top of the box. Settled and cleared out of there by Tucker Emmert. And again, way out of there is Kyle Parker. Parker pushes it towards Pulver. Pulver with a lot of room. Pulver pushes it towards the sideline. Good build of an attack here from Naples. Flynn Wilsey tries to put it towards the top of the box, sent back by Red Creek. Pulver for Kyle Johnson. Johnson has not had many touches, but now pushes it out on the outside. This is Matt Jackson towards the corner flag. And it will be a corner kick for Naples. Last time they did a short corner from there.
Low ball.
Jackson will hook it towards the near post, headed out of there.
And it's Tucker Emmert. That's probably why you want.
He really commands the middle of the field. Barkley leaves it back for Pulver. Pulver trying to feed it all the way up front, looking for Flynn Wilsey. He looks a little winded right now. And that's sent out of bounds to Ryan Beatrice, the head coach for Naples.
You say winded, Brendan. Certainly these players have left it all on the field here tonight.
Red Creek's played well, too. And collision there, ball still loose. Pulver leaves it back for Parker. Meyer will give chase, but Parker able to deliver it out towards the left sideline. Ball down the far left sideline from Hastings. Under 8 minutes left to play, coming up on 7.5. Here comes Black down the far sideline. Towards the corner flag. Good cutback now on the right foot towards the middle of the field. Tried the low pass, went right to the defender, however. Ball comes all the way towards the back line to Pulver. And ball pushed a little bit too far into the Red Creek bench.
You're certainly
and substitution for Red Creek.
Certainly seeing that push, though, now from Naples.
7 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. Naples down 1-0 here in the quarterfinals of Class C2 in the Section 5 boys soccer tournament. It'll be a Red Creek throw-in right in front of the Naples bench. Big Green 13-2-1 on the year, but cannot afford a loss tonight. Ball in the back line. Chased down by Hastings as Naples tries to build it through the midfield. Down the far left sideline, Black giving chase, and it will be a throw-in for Naples. 6:25 left to play. And player goes down for the Big Green, and no call. Crowd really wanted a foul called there. And ball sent all the way back out to the Naples end.
And now's where you're seeing, Brendan, what we said they didn't do for the first 30 minutes, you're now seeing from Red Creek. They're leaving 7-8 players back.
Yeah.
Letting one player run up there to try to pressure into Naples end.
Yeah, certainly in the last 10 minutes makes a lot of sense. We're under 6 minutes left to play now. Naples trailing 1-0. Red Creek possession. Attacking the goal to our left, Sean Connor. Tried to push it towards the touchline, and it's going to go out of bounds. It will be a Red Creek throw-in and a substitution. DJ Humbert going to check in. Just 5:20 remaining in regulation in this quarterfinal game. Here's Humbert. Boy, how many times has he yanked that ball across through the penalty box? That was more of a pass. He missed a couple shots as well to that side.
He's looking for somebody on that right side who hasn't been there.
5 minutes remaining. Naples down 1-0. Red Creek just trying to kill the last 5 minutes here and survive in advance and go to the semifinals for the first time since 2009 when
There's
they
a nice
won
ball to
the
Miner.
tournament. Here's Elijah Miner, former football player from Canandaigua. But his pass deflected right back into the midfield. Black pushing it on the left wing, has a little room, trying to cut it back to get it to his right foot, but two defenders there for Red Creek, and it's cleared back. Hastings. Hastings chips it towards the top of the box, and that's going to be Flynn Wilsey offsides.
Nice play by the Red Creek defense there to hold at the 18.
As the long kick down. And nothing going for Red Creek, but this is going to kill some more time, Brian.
And now you see 4 Naples players staying up in the offensive end. So they're going to have to win this ball and get it up.
3:45 remaining in regulation. 1-0 Red Creek. Bergdorf making another run down the left wing. Cuts it back to his right foot. And ball still loose out on the wing. Naples just fighting for possession. Here's McIntyre. TJ McIntyre. And Red Creek controlling it right at the top of the 18. Ball inside the box right now.
Loose.
Banging around, and finally Parker comes out. Ball still loose and cleared out of there.
Opportunity for a transition here.
Chris Barkley able to clear it out. Elijah Miner trying to get something going, but not much time left, Brian. 3 minutes.
Well, you'll certainly see the push here.
You know, Naples tonight missing Corey Mayo, who started much of the season, got injured versus Honeoye. They were hoping he could go tonight. That's another factor in this game. Johnson making a run. He's behind the defense. Didn't see a flag come up. And so no offsides, but Cullen Sherman able to control. 2.5 minutes remaining. Long ball, Pulver can't control. Now clicks off his heel. And ball comes up from his sweeper position, and now he's gone. So a chance here for McIntyre. McIntyre deflects it all the way back to Parker.
Play from McIntyre. You've seen that from a lot of the Red Creek defenders tonight. Some pretty aggressive play.
2:05 remaining in regulation. Naples down 1-0. Running out of time quickly. Kyle Johnson trying to push it up for Black. Here comes Naples. Here, big push of players up the field. They push it towards the corner. Here's the shot off the crossbar and post.
The great in that corner, the crossbar and the post.
Oh, my.
Nice left.
We look at the replay.
Beautiful left foot.
Yep, great.
Got it crisp.
Tough angle. And
right
hit
into that corner of the crossbar and the post. It's going to be a goal kick coming out.
I think it was Adrian Black who came up around the outside there and drilled that shot. But that might have been the last gasp for Naples with 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining now in regulation, down 1-0. Red Creek looking to move on, and Naples trying to avoid the end of its season. Ryan Beatrice yelling some final instructions out to his team. We're under 1 minute left to play, and now a substitution. Willie Meyer, who scored the goal in the 28th minute that could prove to be the difference in this game. Naples has to control possession in the midfield here. Kyle Johnson. And again, Tucker Emmert will come up from his sweeper position. Collision in midfield. Kyle Johnson going to try and make one last run up here. 30 seconds left to go. But here comes Emmert again. Emmert in midfield. Johnson banks off the head. Miner waiting for it, but just waited a little bit too long. Down to 15 or
Dangerous
so
ball.
seconds left to go unofficially, so we can't see the clock. I'm just going off my watch, and this one cleared all the way towards the near sideline.
32.
Actually, a little bit more, 32 seconds left to play.
One more opportunity for Naples here. They can get possession.
And Pulver will have to chase it down.
Just a sea of red in the back here on the defensive end for Red Creek.
Yeah, look at all those red shirts. Naples running out of time. And that last ball right there should do it. Final seconds ticking off the clock. And Red Creek is going to come down into Cohocton. And they will win it by a final score of 1-0.
Well, they say in these games, Brendan, you throw out the records, throw out the seedings, and in sectional play, it's it's a great game played by both teams.
1-0, Red Creek wins it. They improve to 10-7-1 on the year, and they will advance to face the winner of Marion Wheatland Chili. And meanwhile, Naples will finish the season at 13-3-1 as they see their season come to an end, but certainly an outstanding year for the Naples boys soccer team. A disappointing end as they see their season come to an end. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with our post-game wrap-up as Red Creek knocks off Naples. Final score 1-0 here in Cohocton on Finger Lakes 1.tv.
Tonight's live coverage of Section 5 soccer is brought to you by Reynoldson's Market, a family tradition since 1946. Mitchell Joseph Insurance with offices in Honeyway Falls, Naples, and Rushville. Bob's Alignment and Collision, the name you can trust in providing affordable auto repair services. And the family of Howard M. Fleischman.
Hi, my name is Jackie, and I think FingerLakes1.com is a great website. You can find all the videos, and you can find the podcast. So have a great time.
So many sights to see on the internet, but for everything local, there's one place you can get it. At FingerLakes1.com. Come on over to FingerLakes1.com. Make us your homepage. News, weather, sports, and fun. Log on to FingerLakes1. www.fingerlakes1.com. Come on and join the fun. Log on to FingerLakes1.
www.fingerlakes1.com.
Well, back at the Aussie Trip Athletic Complex in Cohocton, final score in this Section 5 Class C2 quarterfinal game. The number 8 seed Red Creek upsets the number 1 seed Naples 1-0. Brendan Harrington, Brian McQuillan back with you. Jim Sinacropi, our director and producer tonight. Jeremy Hunt, God bless him, up on the roof running our camera. And, thanks so much to our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. People from Naples stepping up. Mitchell Joseph Insurance, Bob's Alignment, Reynoldson's Market, and Howie Fleischman and family in memory of Howard M. Fleischman. And came up with the idea, kind of brainstormed in the last few weeks. And, Jim Sinacropi helped to make it happen here in a short time span. And again, this broadcast, a tribute to the late coach Gary Schenk, who I played for back in the 1990s. Both of my older brothers played for him. 43 seasons, 557 career wins, 20 league titles, 7 Section 5 championships, and 2 New York State championships. But what Coach Schenk means to Naples, and I say means in the present tense because his impact has continued to be felt, is so much more than his wins and losses and championships. And a guy who had a big influence on my life and a lot of Neapolitans, as we sometimes call ourselves. So I'm just so glad we were able to pull this off. Would have been nice to have a Naples win, but we love you, Coach Shank, and this was for you. And hopefully we might be able to do some more of these broadcasts in the future as FingerLakes1.com and FingerLakes1.tv continues to expand. We're going to be doing some basketball games coming up this winter. It started last winter, in fact, and Naples is on the schedule for a game against South Seneca, at least tentatively in the games that we have picked out. And Brian McQuillan's been our analyst tonight, a former Cal Mum boys soccer coach. And, boy, we knew, even though it was 8 versus 1, Brian, that this was going to be a close, even matchup. And, Red Creek took advantage of their scoring opportunity with a real nice goal in the 28th minute as they were able to find the back of the net. Willie Meyer really off a pass from the sweeper, who was very impressive, Tucker Emmert, able to put it in the back of the net, didn't panic, placed it perfectly, no chance really for the Naples keeper. And Luke Parker, and I know you were pretty impressed with this Red Creek team.
I was. Coming in, you knew they were. One of the things when we looked at them, they were young, and you never know. You get in a sectional game like this, how they'll respond, and certainly, both teams played a good game tonight. Red Creek did. They finished on that opportunity, and in soccer, that's what you get. You end up with a 1-0 result, but both teams are have a bright future ahead with some young players.
Yeah, Naples will be back next year, as we said. Some great players going forward, including Kyle Johnson, their junior captain, who had an outstanding season, and a host of others. And so they should be back and ready to go next year. And again, thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to Jim Sinacropi, Jeremy Hunt, Brian McQuillan. I'm Brendan Harrington. Thanks for checking us out. This will be posted, and you can view a replay of this at FingerLakes1.com, FingerLakes1.tv beginning tomorrow morning. So, again, for Brian McQuillan, I'm Brendan Harrington. Have a sensational Saturday, and thanks for watching this Section 5 soccer broadcast on FingerLakes1.tv.